Hi everybody and welcome back to another living free van life. Well, today's task is to board the van out. Now obviously I've insulated it all and it's all looking good. I've been looking at what some people have done in the vans on the boarding out front, and I'm choosing not to put any ribs or out against this metal surface. I'm going to screw straight onto this metal surface. And basically, I know it looks rough, but it'll be covered. And I'm using the, let me just turn this around for you, using the old boards. Now, the old boards in this van are made of like, it's like a plastic, it's right weird stuff, but it is the exact moulding for the side of the van. So it'd be an absolute crying shame to have to guesstimate any of my work, so I might as well go off the original van cards or van covering from when I bought it. So that's why I basically kept hold of them. Even better explanation, this one here, obviously it's already marked to size. Now I've done that bottom one, and there's a reason for this, and it's going to become apparent in a minute, and that should give it away. That's where the window's going to be. So what I've done is I've obviously marked it up how big I want the window recess to be, and that's exactly what I'm going to cut out, and then I'm going to offer that template up to one of these boards. The camera works crap and I know it is. So I will come back to you in a couple of minutes when I've taken that off and I've cut it out to exactly what I need it to be. See you all in a minute. So, as if by magic, I've obviously used the old plastic on the walls as a template, and what you can see I've done is I've created a template for how big I want me opening. So now I can obviously transfer that over onto boards and cut it out with a jigsaw. What you might have also noticed I've done is here I put 4-way stretch carpet on. It's like 4x1 I think it is, and I've cut it to shape because it's quite thick here, and up top it's only 3 inch wide at the top. So obviously made that to fit in there, and what that also helps is it's something to obviously screw into, and the side of the window also looks good. I've done exactly the same on this side. Don't know if you can see that. Maybe this video isn't yeah, it's definitely not doing it justice. Anyway, I've left the bottom of the windowsill absolutely clear, so if any moisture runs off at glass, lands on there, you can wipe it up. And you know, if you put 4-way stretch carpet on there, I dare say it'll get wet and maybe mouldy. So I've left the bottom of that clear so you can give it a quick wipe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this plastic sheet now. Onto some of my 5.5mm board. So I bought that from B&Q. It's 5. 1 second, I'll tell you exactly what it is. It is 5mm board. 5mm board I'm using for wall. Obviously the only reason why I'm using 5mm board is because nothing on these walls are going to be structural. Everything I do will be screwed into these, or just up here behind the roof. There's that frame that goes along. So all my upper cupboards will be fastened to that, and the one in the roof. So I will come straight back to you as soon as I've cut this piece of 5mm boarding out to fit this recess. So I apologise now for making it look like I'm trying to teach people to suck eggs, but suck eggs basically means show people stuff that they already know, to people that have never heard that explanation before. But some people don't know, and as soon as show somebody that doesn't know, then not bother at all and just rush through it. So what I've just done, I've just laid the board onto one of my sheets of ply, and I drew all the way around it and used it as my template. So get rid of that bit now. So obviously this is my template. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a jigsaw out and I'm going to cut that out so that I can offer it up to opening. When I've cut it out, I'll come straight back to you. So in possibly less than 10 minutes, let's see if I can, and there you go. It's all cut in place. Gives me a nice frame for obviously outside the van, for the window, and I can put like under there, that gap there is 3 inch, so I can put a curtain rail or outer one underneath there, you know, hang curtains in there. And like you can see, I've obviously screwed the screw into the infill. Same with this side, screw straight into infill, and it leaves a really good finish. Now what I'm going to do with this entire side of the van is I'm going to carpet it from floor to ceiling. I've got no electrics coming down this side of the van, and any electrics that I have got coming down this side of the van, I'll be able to go through the furniture anyway. This side of the van though, I've got lots of electrics, so this side of the van is going to be a lot trickier. I will come back to you in a second and I'll show you the finished article. So the next job, let's see if I can get a good shot. I'm using 4-way stretch carpet. Now this is wheat colour, and I'm putting that on all the walls of the van, although not a lot of it will be visible. It's not a bad back colour. Some people sorry guys, some people use wood, use floorboarding, tongue and groove and all that lot. I just think it's too heavy, and it's a lot of faffing about. Plus this 4-way stretch carpet covers so many mistakes up. It's brilliant, you know what I mean. I'm definitely up for it. It's pliable, and you know what, it's an all-round good thing to use, and it's quite cheap. Full side of this van, well in fact all of this van, all 3 walls, the back doors and the passenger side walls, only going to cost me about 65 quid. I dare say if I were doing tongue and groove, it'd probably be about 165 quid. Remember, I'm trying to do things cheap on this van. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off and carpet the side of the van, and then I'm going to come back to you hopefully with the finish, and I haven't tore it all down and kicked off and smashed my van up, because it can be a pain in the arse. So what I've done is I sprayed a line all the way across the top, and then on the material I did the same, and it's only glued about that much, about 5 inch, just to get it in place all the way along. And then I can trim any excess that I've got at that side off, and then obviously go under it and spray glue and make my way back down the van. So as you can see, I've got a sweat on. It's done. I've just got to trim up now, and I'm not going to film me trimming up. Just more on the side of it's going to take so long, so I just thought, sod it, I won't bother. A bit close then, sorry guys. So yeah, I thought I won't show you trimming up. There's absolutely no point. Everybody knows how to do this 4-way stretch carpet, so let's for now. And there you go. There's a couple of creases at the bottom there that I've got to pull out and resort, but other than that it covers a multitude of sins, or mistakes, whichever you want to put it out at. Oh god, sorry. There's lines in it that look like they're lines, but they're actually not. They're where it's been folded, so they'll obviously drop out in time. Or you can use a steamer and that'll get rid of any creases. It goes lovely over wheel bin, all in one. Like I said earlier, the other reason why I'm using this stuff is its thermal properties. It will help the van stay warm. Now I have took the measurements down for where the beams are here. remember these beams here, where they are, land on the wall, because obviously that's where my cupboards are going to hang off of. They're also going to hang off at ceiling, where you can see this screw. Remember, there's a frame going across there as well. But you have to admit, once this is all trimmed in, it's going to look absolutely amazing. Four-way stretch carpet, it really is easy to do. I used to go for grey and black. My first van were black and it was too dark, far too dark. So I went to this wheat colour, which is actually more salmon, but they call it wheat. And then on the last video, the last van that I had, I did grey. Grey were a bit, I don't know, it always seemed dirty. So I just thought I'd go with a different colour this time, and I've gone back to wheat. More for a bright and airy feeling, you know, instead of the normal blacks and greys. Like I say, not a lot of this is going to be seen, because there's obviously going to be a lot of furniture here. The bed's going to take over 4 feet of it. Then the up to here is going to be the bathroom area after the bed, and then this is going to be, down there is going to be a 2-seater that can pull out to a bed, and there's going to be cupboards up here. So there's only a very little bit that's going to be seen. I think some campervan places actually cut it to size, so they don't totally carpet one wall. They only carpet the little bits that are needed. I think that's more of cost cutting. So yeah, next time when you come back to me, I will have done this wall, and that includes sorting the electrics out, because there's a lot of electrics that need to sort out. What I've done with the electrics is I've kept them all to one side of the campervan. Down the bottom, behind the ply down there, is the shore power point that'll come through the wall to the fuse box. Also outside of that will be the 12-volt system, which then will power all the lights, the fans and everything. So all here behind kitchen is going to be the power area. So that's why I've been able to carpet this side of the van, because there's no wires going on this side of the van, and if there is any wires, I can pass them up and over the roof and just come down on in this channel here, which is quite an easy thing to do, to be honest with you. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching. Remember, this isn't a how-to, this is how I did. I've never done a movano before, and you know what, they aren't bad vans, to be honest with you. There's a lot more space in them that people give them credit for. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Thank you to all the new subscribers I've got this week from obviously the movano and the campervan Facebook groups. I really do appreciate you joining on and watching what I do with my van, and hopefully it gives you an idea of what you can do with yours. And I'll keep an eye out for obviously what everybody else is doing on their vans. But yeah, have a really good week, guys, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye for now.